Mr. Holmes, your brother, sent me.
Oh, terrific. Let me guess. A mission of global importance, a nation forever in my debt? Let's get this over with.
I see the Holmes demeanor is genetic. Well then, this island is home to a seemingly innocuous astronomy professor named Jacob Haring. In high society, though, he's rather more infamous. He possesses a collection of scandalous materials that could compromise almost every aristocrat in Britain. And Haring recently got his hands on information that would expose one of our men. He agreed to return it, so long as he was paid a visit by a Holmes.
And Mycroft was too busy watching the crown jewels? Fine. I'll visit Mr. Haring the moment I can spare the time.
Just wait. The man is a loner, but a cunning one. This invitation implies he has something in mind for you, so be careful. And remember, I was never here.
Boom, Sherry. I found a corpse. Don't you think it's strange we always end up in situations like this?
Seek, and ye shall find. John, do you know any songbirds?
Oh, I don't know. Partridges, birds of paradise, chickens. Okay, I might just be hungry.
It would not be easy to cut this hat in two. Whoever is responsible is a master of their craft. Pheasant feathers. They're rare here. Judging by his expression, a painful and unexpected death. His hand is clinging to his chest, but he has no stab or gunshot wounds. Pattern 1796 light cavalry saber. It looks like he died of natural causes, but something doesn't add up. A safe behind a painting. Classic. This was opened carefully. One presumes that empty safes are not some hip new trend. If you had an enormous collection of blackmail material, where would you keep it?
Oh, nice try, Sherry. But I ain't telling you nothing.
So, the victim is Professor Jacob Haring himself. That's no great surprise. London Fencing Club, 1876. Completely healthy and ready to take part in the fencing competition. A man with a plan. Admittedly, not a great plan if you write on paper exactly when you will do your illegal business, but a plan nonetheless. Stamped with Mr. Haring's personal seal. The clock's hands aren't moving. Old, but still deadly. 2 sabers used to be mounted here. Mr. Haring was not one to deviate from his plans, and yet, on this day, he only managed to answer his mail and never did get to repair the clock. The visitor knew his schedule. They entered the house between 3:30 and 4 p.m. That's exactly when Haring would be checking his blackmail collection. When Jacob saw the intruder, his fencing reflexes kicked in. He lunged left to the sabers, wrenched one off the wall, and attacked the visitor. But in the middle of the assault, Mr. Haring is struck by a heart attack, and the professor only manages to cut off the hat of the intruder. The visitor stole Haring's entire blackmail collection and wrote a message on the blackboard.
Before we go chasing the intruder, should we try to confirm the cause of the professor's death? I'd hate for him to be a red herring.
Half empty, or for John, half full. A strong, rotten smell. Uncharacteristic for tea. Totally empty. Even John couldn't argue with that.
Digitalis is usually used to cure heart disease, but every drug is a poison if you get the dosage wrong. Or right, if that's your goal. Seems like we have fun neighbours, eh, Sherry?
We should introduce ourselves.
He doesn't have an invitation to the club. Get him, boys!
I'm coming for you.
Don't bother moving. You've lost. No more crime for you until next month.
Just die! Not that easy!
Can overcome the brute now.
Take a rest, my friend. Don't cry, you'll live.
Time to knock this guy out.
Don't bother.
Give him the pepper snuff. He's all yours now. Go for it.
Don't cry, you'll...
The snuff's ready. You can overcome the brute now.
Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Don't cry, you'll live.
I thought we were against murder.
All right, fella. I give up. Take me into custody. You have nothing on me anyway. So I'll walk out the station right after you do.
Excellent job catching this crook, sir. His name is Lucky Joe, and as it happens, someone with influence was after him too. You did them a favour.
I just solved the mystery, officer. If a criminal appears in my path, it merely affirms my deductions are sound.
Either way, you'll be pleased to know that an anonymous tip has fingered Lucky Joe as being involved in the murder of a famous professor. We have photographs and witness statements. Not so Lucky Joe is headed straight to the gallows. Someone served him to us on a silver platter.
Interesting. Well, as a vital ally in the arrest of a wanted murderer, you couldn't possibly object to me interviewing him.
Well, vital? Yes, no, of course. Go ahead.
Yeah. Haven't you made my day bad enough? Get out!
The police received an anonymous tip. Someone saw you entering Professor Jacob Haring's house. They have photos. You're in trouble.
I didn't even touch the old fool. This whole business was a setup from the beginning.
You broke into the house at the exact time Jacob Haring had his safe open and his collection of blackmail materials out. Perfect timing to steal the lot.
Ah, that's circumstantial at best.
Alas, the professor turned out to be less feeble than you expected. He pulled a saber from the wall and nearly took your head off. But lo, the vigor evaporated, and all at once he fell to the floor, grasping his chest as if his heart itself had given up.
That's exactly what happened. And that's why I'll be out of this reeking cell by morning, once the coroner has done his business.
Unlikely. You claim somebody set you up. If so, they will ensure that you're hanged. We both want to know who is truly behind this, so tell me the whole story. It may yet save your life.
Oh, blast. All right. What do you want to know?
So, you broke into Professor Haring's study and stole the blackmail materials. What did you do with them?
Do you like jokes?
My humour tends toward the dry and bitter.
Then you will love this one. As I fled Haring's place with the documents, a pickpocket snatched the folder from me on the street. I was played from the beginning, beaten at my own game. They made a joke of me and the Robins, and now I await the gallows. Ha! Ha ha ha!
Oh, you're right, it was a good joke. But now things begin to make sense. Haring's blackmail collection was hardly public knowledge. It stands to reason that whoever informed you of his existence must be who set you up.
Yes, obviously. But I've never seen his face, nor do I know his name. I received a note at El Palazzo de Lusso that gave me the address of Jacob Haring. It was signed with one letter, M.
I cannot believe such an established gang leader would personally engage in burglary simply because he received a letter.
It was not just a letter. I received something else with the note. A file. On me. And a bloody detailed one at that. I'm not sure if it was from Haring's own collection, but it contained things that could bury me and the entire damn Robbins. I burned the file in a heartbeat, but the note warned of others like it in Haring's safe. I needed to retrieve them, and got lucky.
Lucky? Why?
The note said that by being there at a very precise time, I'd find that safe opened. And it was right.
Fear not, Joe. I will prove you didn't kill Professor Haring.
What? Then you better do it fast.
Per his schedule, Professor Haring had tea with a guest not long before you arrived. The tea in Haring's teapot was dosed with digitalis. A large dose of such a drug, coupled with physical exertion, can cause cardiac arrest.
So if the old man hadn't attacked me...
He may have lived, yes. But it wasn't you who killed him. The real murderer is the one that poisoned the professor and set you up. I'll make sure the police know it.
Yeah, you may save my bacon.
Oh, I wouldn't sing a victory song just yet. I believe they're preparing for a conversation with you on many subjects, like the Robins.
I can handle those fools. I thought you were the copper's pet. But you have character those bloodthirsty mongrels lack. I respect that.
Make no mistake, Joe, we are not friends. Should we meet again under different circumstances, well, you know my character.
Extra, extra! Stolen paint! Interested in some Cordona news? Check the front page. You won't regret it.
Oh, is that you, Mr. Holmes? Please, come in. Now that the police have finished their investigation, Il Palazzo del Lusso has finally reopened.
How can I help you, sir?
Good day. I'm looking for room 227. An acquaintance of mine has invited me to visit him.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, what a delight to see you again. Professor Malice told me he was expecting someone, but I didn't know it would be you. 227 is upstairs and to the left. He said you should spare him the trouble and let yourself in. Here's the key. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to see you.
Professor Malice. Yes. Yes, of course. Well, I'd best not keep him waiting, thank you.
Sherry, this feels awfully like someone has set a mousetrap and we're walking right into it.
I have it under control, John.
Really, Sherry? I don't like this. Please.
See? Neither a trapdoor nor a self-firing gun. A clean champagne flute. The champagne bottle is uncorked, yet still chilled and bubbly. The gall of this man.
Someone's celebrating a victory, and I'm not sure it's us.
The first move has been made. Anglo-Egyptian war looms. M is celebrating and wants us to know it.
What did it say, Sherry?
That I failed, John. He's gone, tore through Cordona like a hurricane and left us to sift through the wreckage. Nelson's monument in Trafalgar Square, London. I am watching you.
The hairs on my neck just stood up.
Extensive handwritten notes on Sirius B. It appears M was studying up. A dossier on General Garnet Wolseley, but now empty. I recognize this seal from Jacob Haring's mail. He left behind only what he wanted us to find. Infuriating. A family photo of the man who jumped off the bridge. Pity. Everybody has pressure points. What would happen if I pushed yours? How many more dossiers like this does M possess? Mysteries of Sirius B by Jacob Haring. Used, then discarded. Like everyone in his path. These people were not colleagues or co-conspirators, they were just implements M used to get what he wanted. Mycroft's agent. So M did orchestrate her accident with unimaginable precision. Jacob Haring, just a pawn in a complex chess match. A marked map of Cordona. We've visited most of these locations recently. The position of naval forces in the Mediterranean. This M has his sights set on bigger things. All these thefts, exactions, and deaths are the intricately entwined pieces of a greater plan, and we fail to influence it in the slightest.
We're too late, Sherry. M set this all up for us, knowing by the time we found it, he would already have left Cordona.
No, there must be something I've missed. We can still catch him.
There's nothing else here. It's over. You read his letter. He laid out this makeshift museum to taunt you. Don't give him the satisfaction.
I will not cede defeat. I will treat this threat with the seriousness it deserves, which is to say, my absolute attention.
Then you were giving him the win, Sherlock. Have you considered you might be out of your depth? He was sitting here in this very room, spinning his web around Cordona and beyond, manipulating and murdering people, using the Mediterranean as his playground like some sodding Napoleon of crime.
Are you trying to suggest?
I am not suggesting. I am stating outright that he is toying with you and you are too arrogant to avoid the bait. Sherlock, we stumbled into the lion's den. Now we must slow down, be smart, and make sure we get to walk out alive.
So what do you suggest?
I know you want to catch him on your own, but it's time to face the facts. You lost. The smartest thing we can do now is lick our wounds and tell Mycroft everything.
Mycroft? Now you are being hysterical.
Look around you, Sherry. He's stealing secrets from the Crown, toying with navies, fomenting war. You cannot catch him alone. We will need all your brother's connections to stop this madman before he does worse.
Perhaps you're right. He could be anywhere in Europe, and the only practical way to find him is with Mycroft's eyes and ears. I shall endeavour to tell my brother the whole story as soon as I can stomach another humiliation.
Good. Thank you. And it is not humiliation, it is humility. For now, we need to put this wretched affair behind us. M has gone. Best to focus on the reason we came to Cordona in the first place.
You're right. I'm glad you were here.
I'm always looking out for you, brother.
Thank you, John. Now, shall we?